Self-improvement ruined my life. Let me explain why. So, the one big thing about self-improvement and self-improvement gurus and all these courses and everything like that is they're basing everything off of a routine. Some sort of specific routine, some sort of protocol, some sort of thing that you're supposed to follow. Now, this is great for some people. And it was great for me for a very long time. And I followed these, I saw all these different things. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. There's all these people who are living the life I want to live, and they're doing this to get to that point. They're telling me exactly how to do it. Here's the problem though. Every single person in life is completely different. I'm different from you. You're different from other self-improvement people. All these things here, and everyone is different. So how are we going to get to the same place by following what one person is doing to get there? We all have different needs. We all have different routines we have to follow. We all have different goals we're trying to reach. So how is one routine going to get us all to that point? It's impossible. So a lot of these people, and I'm not going to pick on anyone specific, but let's say some of the biggest courses out there, right? Adonis Academy or Adonis School, whatever it's called. They base their entire structure around becoming an Adonis. It's basically being a alpha male, it's being a masculine man, it's doing exactly what the owner does. Being exactly like him, basically being clone copies of them. And it does work, obviously, because the owner of that course is making hundreds of $1,000s per month. And the people in that course are learning some valuable information. But the problem is with this structure of self-improvement is that you lose your critical thinking skills. You are basing everything you do on a day-to-day basis off of what this person is doing. Now, every single person in life, me, you, every single person, we all have changes in what we believe. Right? Every single day it's, oh, I'm going to do this. And then the next week it's, you know what? I think I want to change to this thing instead. Because we learn new information, we bring it in, and we change it based on our lives. Right? The problem is with these big self-improvement courses, everything like that, is the owner of the course, the man in charge, he is also having mindset shifts. He's having the same realizations we are. He's learning new information and saying, oh, I like this today. And then the next week, oh, I like this. But it completely contradicts the thing he said last week. So all these young men who look up to this leader in every way, shape, and form are seeing this and going, oh, you know, he said this, but he learned some new information. I'm going to follow him to this too. And every single week they're a completely different person. Not because of information they learned, because of information this leader is telling them. Information that fits him for his lifestyle. Not necessarily these boys who are following, but they're still going to blindly follow because they view this person as their leader. The person who is in charge of what they do. Because they trust them. Right? So, that's the biggest problem I have with these courses and the situation I found myself in. So, I found myself, when was this? Probably 3-4 years ago that I got into all of this self-improvement stuff. I went from YouTuber to YouTuber, thinking of different things, finding different information, and I found myself becoming a carbon copy of that influencer. So I'd focus more on, let's say, my self-help, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's this new YouTuber came out, he's talking about this new business model. I'm going to start focusing on that business model, or this business model. I'm going to start doing this one. Oh, business is overrated, money's overrated. I'm going to push back on my career and start focusing on my physique. Because I have all these different people who I look up to telling me different things over and over. When you're listening to these people, you lose your critical thinking skills. You put back aside what you believe and your gut feeling because these people are telling you something and you trust their word. Now look, I'm not telling you, oh yeah, you can't trust anything you hear on the internet, because that's just not true. There's a ton of great information on the internet. But what you can't do is blindly follow every single person that you see on the internet. You can't hear, you need to do this and do exactly that. What you need to do instead is hear, you need to do this, and you are going to take bits and pieces of all this different information, pieces of that information that you think would fit good into your current life and the goals you want to achieve. Now, how do you do this? In order to know what you want to achieve, you obviously have to sit down and figure out your purpose. Whether it's your purpose in what you want to achieve in life, like your goals, whether it's what your dream job is, whether it's your mission, whatever it is to you, you need to sit down and figure that out. And I want you to write it down. Write down exactly what you believe your purpose is. Now, it's not easy to find this. It's really not. And I couldn't even help you find it in this video. It would take a long time for me to help you find your purpose indirectly. So I'm not going to try. At least not yet. Sit down and figure out your purpose. List out all the things you enjoy, narrow it down. Once you find that purpose, that is going to be your base. That is going to be the center of everything you do. If it does not align with your purpose, or is going to get you one step closer to fulfilling that purpose, then it's not worth your time. Right? So, you're going to be scrolling the internet one day, you're going to see these different videos, you're going to be watching different self-help people, you're going to see this person talking about this person talking about this. Normally you blindly follow, oh, there's this new workout routine, I'm going to completely drop what I've been doing to follow this new workout routine because it's better. It's the new and improved. No, instead you're going to say, oh, you know what? I kind of like, maybe this workout in his chest day, or I like how instead of having 3-minute rest in between his sets, he's dropping it down to 1.5 minutes. Instead of changing your whole routine, you're going to take bits and pieces from all these different things and craft it into what you want to become. What's so great about humanity is we're not all the same. We're not. We are all so different. So how is one course going to be copy and paste for each of us? It's not. And that's what I found myself struggling with. And a lot of other people that I've heard of. You need to become a critical thinker. It's essential. So I'm sitting here scrolling through my day-to-day life. I'm finding all these other business models. I'm spreading myself so thin because every single day I'm hearing these new things that I need to be doing, the new meta, the new things that, oh, if you're not doing this, you're not going to be successful. Even though last week I heard the same thing saying, if you're not doing this, you're not going to be successful. This is the new business model. A week later, it's already out of date. There's a new big thing everyone's talking about. You're not going to be able to build a business model in 1 month. You're not. It's going to take years to build something. So what you need to do is, instead of following the new trend, figure out what thing that you hear aligns with your goals and focus on that. Focus on improving yourself to become the person you want to be, not the person that other people say is the person you should be. Nobody knows you like you do. Nobody does. So they can't craft the version of you that you want to become. That is your job. No one else is going to be able to do that for you. And how I found myself feeling after getting pulled all these different directions, after spreading myself so thin, after losing opportunities because a new meta came out that, oh, I shouldn't be following this, I should be following this new meta. I felt lost. I felt very lost. I felt that what I was doing was wrong. I felt myself comparing myself to other people, thinking, oh, they're in this situation. Why can't I be there? What are they doing? What am I doing wrong? When in reality, I wasn't doing a single thing wrong. I was following what these people were telling me. I just didn't know better. I wasn't being a critical thinker in those situations. I was changing how I treated people, how I carried myself, all these different things. I was like a completely different human being. Until I sat back and looked at myself and thought, is this really who I am? Or am I just small parts of these people? Little carbon copies of all of these different people. Which is what I came out to. Advice in self-improvement is amazing. But the self-improvement term is very, very toxic. And I don't believe self-improvement is actually what these people creating a lot of these courses are trying to help you do. They're trying to create a bunch of tiny versions of them. It's not self-improvement. There's no self in it. If they were trying to help you be self-improvement people, they would help you find you, not help you become them. That's not self-improvement. Self-improvement is becoming the best version of yourself. And so far, I haven't found a single person who actually teaches that. Because it's hard. It's really hard for these people to teach all of you how to become yourself without talking one-on-one with all of you. It is. I'm trying to do it right now, dog. It's freaking difficult. I'm spending hundreds of hours of my life trying to figure out how to do it, and it is hard. Trying to figure out how I can portray in bulk this information to all of you to help you become who you actually are, the best version of them. That's why no one's done it, because it freaking sucks. It really does suck. So what do I want you to take out of this? I want you to not be like me and be critical of people. Not just everyone on a day-to-day life, but these people who are teaching you stuff. I want you to be critical of me teaching you this video. I want you to be critical of every information that you put into your head. And before you implicate that into your routine, I want you to really sit down and sit on it for a bit and say, does this get me closer to my purpose? Once you can start doing that, you are going to be so much happier because you're not going to be comparing yourself to other people. You're going to be comparing yourself now to the version of yourself that you could be. And that's what it comes down to. So, I don't have anything to sell you. I do not have a single thing to sell you. You might be thinking, oh, this is another Hamza Clappy. He's trying to build an audience to sell me something. Kinda, I guess. But right now, I don't got crap to sell you, dog. I don't have a single thing to sell you. All I'm here for is to teach you information. I do have a course coming at some point, but I'm not doing it for money. I don't really give a crap about money. I got money. Sure. Does it do anything for me? Not really. Not really at all. Money doesn't drive me anymore. Sure, when I was copying myself, I was little carbon copies of all these influencers. Yeah, it mattered to me a lot. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be making $1 million a year. I need all that money. No, I don't. I'm not flashy. I'm just fine living in a little townhouse the rest of my life. Or a small house on land. Like, I really do not care. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it to help you guys become the best versions of yourself. So I'm going to make it affordable, at least to start. But it's going to be based on helping you find you, not helping you become me. That's my goal with this. It's going to take me, probably from when you're seeing this, another 8 months. I've already been working on it for 4 months. It's a long process. But I'm doing it for you guys. So, down in the description of this, I have some information if you want to get on the waiting list. You can't buy anything yet. You can't. Really, the best thing you can do right now is, I guess, subscribe so you can see when it does come out. But as of right now, nothing to sell you. Check out the description if you want. But I appreciate you all, and I'm rooting for you.